course, the public that supports us.
Okay, there's a couple of questions here, and even as I'm reading them, I'm getting, really touched. She said there's one lady who says that actually her name is, Rainia, and she said she was in a 10-year marriage and she lost her uterus. She has plenty of scars, broken teeth from daily punching, so she left. Finally, she left, but now the man wants to come back. We also have another question here. A friend of ours has been constantly abused by her husband, physically, emotionally, and even sodomy. What can we do? Can you help? Absolutely, you can help. Please tell them what they can do to come.
Okay, those are some of them are very, I would say, very sensitive issues.
Yes.
My suggestion is that maybe after this session, if there's a way they would like us to contact them back, they could give you the numbers.
I have all the numbers here, and I will do that.
We can get our counselors to call them up and have discussions with them. I see there's actually the same thing I was telling you. You don't realize the magnitude of the problem until we get out to the public.
Yeah.
And so that we can be more useful to them. My suggestion or my thoughts, I don't know what your thoughts are, is probably after this we call each one of them and be able to offer one-on-one counseling instead of doing it on air.
Wow, this is amazing. Gosh, this flood of it. One of the questions, though, is where does the GVRC get its funding, and what can the average person do to help GVRC as they do all of the programs?
Okay, we work mainly with the partners. We've partnered for the last 5 years with Safaricom Foundation. They've been gracious enough. We are working with the Coca-Cola and a couple of other partners. And what the public can do is actually to donate. We take any donations. We are also asking the male fraternity. We launched last year a campaign of 1 million fathers and daughters, where fathers or men pledge to protect the women in their lives. And they can go online to www.gvrc.org and register. If we got 1 million men refraining and speaking about GBV, then we could actually have an impact. Because I always get overwhelmed when I hear stories like this, and then I keep asking myself, who are these perpetrators? Because most of the men I know are good.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Therefore, why don't we have a concerted effort to involve men who campaign and speak to their fellow men, and we'll be able to reduce some of these abuses that we are hearing about.
Absolutely. There's 2 more questions here that I think are very relevant. Number one, I find it a bit funny, but how comes there's no right that protects a man or woman who is being cheated on? Because that's why people are injuring each other, self-defense. Okay, I think that's still domestic violence. By the time you get to physical injury, that's domestic violence. But I think counseling would treat an issue like this on cheating. Absolutely. And then we have another one where she says that I'm a 24-year-old lady. I was beaten by my husband and she reported it, which is in itself is just a milestone that she did report it. But he continues to beat me, and he took advantage of the fact that I went to the chief and just beat me. What can I do? When the chief himself is not doing anything to deal with this issue.
These are the cultural issues I'm talking about. Let me first of all answer the one on the chief. You see, if the chief is not trained, and as I mentioned, when we go to the communities, we find a lot of chiefs who are like that. They want to sort it out kinyumbani, so to speak.
Absolutely.
So that's a big challenge, and what I would encourage them is to report to the police. But yes, there's a law, and I think this is what we need to be clear about. The law is very clear that it protects people against being cheated on. And adultery is a ground for divorce.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if somebody feels they've been cheated on, they should not punch the other person. They should go and file for a divorce if they feel that's the way out. Or they could go and have counseling. That I would encourage them with their pastor if they are religious, or with whoever they really trust. These are things that really people should not feel trapped. I think what we are saying is that nobody should ever feel trapped to be physical or to be abusive to their partner. Absolutely not.
Absolutely. One last question before we wrap up. In terms of rural issues, do you get referrals from rural hospitals? Do you allow referrals from rural
Absolutely.
hospitals?
We get people come from Bugoma. We have a child from Bugoma who was recently abused by the teacher. We have cases from Lamu. We have a girl who came from Wajir. It was all in the news where the 2 clans were in inter-clan fights. So we get people from all over the country. So yes, we accept all Kenyans. We even get referrals from outside the country as well.
Wow, this is amazing. We could go on and on and on, but I'm going to have to say goodbye for now. The Power Breakfast Show, in conjunction with Citizen TV, has embarked on a major campaign, as well as with GVRC, to deal with domestic violence in Kenya and gender-based violence. We're going to do everything from victim testimonies to information, and more importantly, just open the dialogue, as you can see here today. So join me this and every Thursday from 8:30, and we're going to deal with everything to do with gender-based violence. I know we're going to end with a quote. Your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, and do more, and become more. You are a leader. Your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, because you are a leader. I think that's very relevant, especially with what we're talking about. With all the SMSs that are coming in, there is free counseling, there is free medical. So please go down to the Nairobi Women's Hospital. I think we're going to say goodbye from there. So on behalf of me, Samantha Ogwins-Kavek, Kirigo Ngawa, Johnson Wakazi, Jimmy Gathum, Tegin Jao, and the team who makes this all happen, thank you very much and have a fabulous day.